I wanted to make a video on Top Ranks card today, December 8th, 2018, at the Madison Square Garden Theater in New York. The main event is Vasily Lomachenko, who's 11-1-0. His only loss is against Orlando Solido in his second fight. Just recently, I was made aware that he wanted his first professional fight to be for a championship, but that Bob Arum pumped the brakes on that idea, and that it's his second fight that he actually got a chance to fight for a title against Orlando Solido. He'll be defending his WBO and WBA lightweight titles. Uh, at lightweight, the WBC and the IBF titles belong to Mikey Garcia. He's fighting Jose Pedraza, who's 25-1. Vasily's last fight was May 12, 2018, against Jorge Linares, where he defended his WBA title. Loma was down once in the 6th round, and Linares was down in the 10th. The ref stopped the fight in the 10th round. Before he fought Linares, he stopped Guillermo Rigondeaux, who fights at 122 and at the time was 17-0. Jose Pedraza's last win is over Wade Beltran, where he won the WBO belt. On the card, super bantamweight Isaac Dogbo, who's 20-0, versus Emmanuel Navarrete, who's 25-1. This is for the WBO super bantamweight title. Teofimo Lopez, who's undefeated at 10-0, a contender. They fight at lightweight, which is 135. During the press conference, he was wearing the New York's Knicks jersey. I didn't know he was from New York, but once I saw him wearing the jersey, I did a little bit more research and found out that he's actually from New York. So Teofimo Lopez versus 34-3 Mason Menard. Also on the card, Brian Ceballo, 5-0 versus Daniel Calzada, who's 16-19-3. This is a welterweight fight. And then I just from watching videos on YouTube, doing other research, I had heard that Mikey Perez was going to be on the card, and also from watching videos on ES News, Josue Vargas was in camp with at RGBA Riverside. So officially on BoxRec they weren't listed, but I checked today and I found their fights on BoxRec. So Josue Vargas, who's 11-1-0, he has that blemish on his record, that loss because he hit his opponent after either the ref or the doctor intervened and it was in a break or something like that. So that's where that blemish came from. And then he's fighting John Renteria, who's 16-5-1. This is an 8-round fight. And then Mikey Perez, he goes by El Artista, who's 25-2-2. He's from New Jersey. He'll be fighting Abdiel Ramirez, who's 23-2-1. This is an 8-round fight. Mikey suffered a loss versus Peter Petrov in Fantasy Springs Casino in Indio 2016. He fought once in 2017, and this is his first fight in 2018, so it makes sense why he's fighting an 8-round fight since he's been pretty inactive since 2016. He is an ex-RGBA fighter, like I mentioned earlier, and my records show that he's had 5 fights with Robert, and his last fight with Robert was that fight against Peter Petrov in 2016. Abdiel is from Juarez, Mexico, and is coming off a loss against Mad Max. Mad Max is Maxim Dadashev. He's from Oxnard. He fights under Igis Klimas. He trains out of Oxnard, Robert Garcia's old gym. And then next week, we have Zurdo Ramirez, Gilberto Ramirez versus Jesse Hart, the rematch. The date is December 14th, 2018. It's in Corpus Christi at the American Bank Center. It'll be shown on ESPN+. Gilberto Zurdo Ramirez is 38-0 with 25 knockouts. He is the WBO super middleweight title holder. He's a southpaw from Mazatlan, Sinaloa, and Jesse's nickname is Hollywood Hart. He's 25-1, so his only blemish is that loss he has to Zurdo Ramirez. He's from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Arnold Barboza is on the card. He's 19-0. He's a super lightweight versus Manuel Damarayas Lopez, who's 14-2-1. Gabriel Flores is on the card, who's 10-0. He's a super featherweight, fights at 130, versus Edward Kakimbo. I don't know how to pronounce that. Kakembo. Michaela Myers on the card. She's 11-0 versus Calista Salgado, who's 17-10-3. Ruben Vega is a bantamweight, who's 11-0 versus Oscar Mojica, who's 11-5-0. Jesus Arechiga, 6-0 super bantamweight versus David Martino, who's 6-5-0. Please like and subscribe. I'm Sonteo Media on YouTube, Sonteo_media on Twitter, and Sonteo Media on Instagram. More videos coming soon. Thanks.